As a child, I was obsessed with superheroes.
And I was not.
Let's talk about that.
It is Tuesday, January 25th. Good morning, Chia Lincoln. Thank you for watching. We are moving at the speed of conversation.
Oh, you brought it back. You brought the slogan back.
Yeah. Submit your own slogan.
But you won't use it. You keep asking people to submit it, but you don't use them. You just use yours.
None have been good enough yet.
This afternoon, we're heading out of state. We're leaving the state of North Carolina. Link's first time ever. Everybody give it up. Link is leaving the county of Wake and the state of North Carolina for the first time ever. And we're going to Miami.
Welcome to Miami, where the
Getting on a plane.
It's a Will Smith song.
Some conference.
Or something.
NATP.
It's a television. We're on a panel with some other YouTubers. Taking our wives. We're going down there, and we are going to do our best to give a couple of Good Morning Chia Lincoln installments
from Miami.
We'll
be in nothing but our bathing suits on the beach,
which will be off camera, so you might think we're nude.
That is not true. And for those of you who don't understand sarcasm, Link has been out of the state. Please do not comment and say, really? He really hasn't been out of the state?
But I could be nude
in
tomorrow's episode, so tune in.
As a child, I was obsessed with superheroes. We just released Superhero and Sidekick
Episode 1
yesterday on our YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it 10 times, go and watch it one more, or go and watch it for the first time. We're really happy with it and hope you are too.
Yeah, there's more coming, so get into it.
But there's little in life that's more fun than donning a superhero costume in a fake muscle suit.
Especially if you've designed it yourself and from the ground up. And that's what was so great about the superhero suits. I mean, we've had them for many years. It was just trying to figure out the right time to actually make it into a series.
Well, use them on camera and not to use them on the actual streets of Fuquay to fight crime like we've been doing for years.
Well, they were, for the record, they've just been on a hanger. We haven't done anything with them, you know, until we made this video. But so that was fun creating our own. But you were able to pull from like years of being interested in superheroes. Now, you know, I'm a red-blooded American. I've watched all the movies that have come out about superheroes, and I've enjoyed them thoroughly. You know, the first Batman movie I actually owned.
Michael Keaton. At
one point. But, you know, I wasn't into superheroes growing up like I know you were.
Well, you know, I had an older brother. So a lot of things would get handed down to me, including comic books. And I remember being really into Captain America, Daredevil, and the Green Lantern.
The Green Lantern.
And I've analyzed this in recent years about why were you into those three? And I thought...
It's kind of like a dream. It says something about you and what type of superhero you were into.
And I thought about one of the things they all had in common is that there was something a little bit off about every one of those characters. I mean, Daredevil was blind. I mean, he was a handicapped superhero, but he was awesome. And then you've got Captain America, whose only weapon was a defensive weapon, was a shield. It's like, where's your other? It's just a shield.
But he could throw it.
Yeah, he used his defensive weapon as an offensive weapon, but it was like something not right. He's just got a defensive weapon. And then the Green Lantern just has a ring. You know, these guys, it's like, and he's powerless without his ring. It wasn't like Superman, who is basically... you know, indestructible except for when it comes in contact
with
weakness. Kryptonite. Yeah.
You're saying these guys were mostly weak except for one piddly little strength, which
I gotta have my shield. I don't have my shield. I'm just a regular dude. I don't have my ring. I'm just a regular dude. I'm blind. You know? So I had something about just the underdog quality. But I was into this. I was experiencing this.
I think you were trying to boost your self-esteem by picking heroes that you could look down on.
Okay. All right, I understand. But I was really into this, and I was reading these comic books, and we were great friends. Ever since first grade, we've been best friends. But I would go over to Link's house, no comic books, no superheroes.
Well, I mean, unless you consider G.I. Joe and pro wrestlers superheroes. Can you do that?
No, they're not superheroes. I mean, they're cool, and well, G.I. Joes are.
Pro wrestlers are awesome.
I would show up at Link's house. Now, granted, we're from North Carolina, so he is excused on some level. I would show up at his house, and he'd be like, hey, man, let's play. And he'd open up the room, the door to his room, and in the middle of his room, there would be a 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot pro wrestling ring or rink.
No,
ring.
No. First of all, it's ring, but the first word was
It's
also...
not a skating rink?
It's a wrestling ring. It's not wrestling, it's wrestling.
Okay. But how big is this thing?
I got a wrestling ring.
I mean, it's like half the size of this table here.
Yeah.
And you'd have all these guys lined up, and you'd be like, all right, you be Andre the Giant, and I'll be Hulk Hogan. And now, first of all, these were completely non-articulating superheroes. It was like they were in a pose, and they were like a plastic or rubber mold. And it's like, how do you wrestle with these guys? They can't do any moves. But Link would be like, put me in a power driver. I was like, I can't. All that is just turning one guy upside down and the other guy straight, right side up.
Well, you're not good with the wrestling terminology. It's not power driver. It's pile driver.
How do you know this? I was reading comic books.
Those are my superheroes, man. I mean, they were, I could turn on the television and there they were. They were real people. You could go to a city and see one in person, which I never did, but,
We also got into regular arguments over the fact that it was not real. Like Link, when
you have your opinion, I have my opinion.
We were 16 before Link relented and said, "Okay, well, some of it's fake. Some of it is fake."
Like the interviews were scripted. It's like whenever they would come in and they would get all worked up and taunt each other. That was like a soap opera.
But that's one of the things about growing up in North Carolina is you argue about the veracity of pro wrestling.
Right.
Pro wrestling.
Feel free to do that in the comments or let us know who is your favorite superhero that has never been translated into a movie. Okay? If you want to be cool, your favorite superhero has to have, has to arguably be weaker than you if you have self-esteem issues, or at least not have been adapted into a movie yet. Now, Captain America and Thor are both about to have movies. So
Thor?
Thor. So
I didn't mention Thor.
Let's just throw... I'm just clarifying for them that they can't count. So I want to know,
when is Captain America going to be a movie?
Be your mythical best. Come up with a cool superhero to like Plastic Man. Like I had that T-shirt for a while.
That'd be a cool movie. When is Captain America going to be a movie?
I saw in the Golden Globes, the guy playing Thor and the guy playing Captain America both came out and introduced something.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them had an Australian accent and the other one had a shield, and I think that was Captain America.
And wasn't Daredevil already a movie?
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck played Daredevil, yeah.
Which he was not actually blind. He's just an actor.
Oh.
And you tweeted a picture of you getting I thought it was, there's a new movie, The Green Hornet, coming out. I thought you had the Green Hornet underwear given to you.
No, I got Green Lantern, 2 pair of Green Lantern underwear from my Christmas.
That is just distasteful, man.
And my dad got...
I mean, to receive that gift, much less to be the one giving the gift, much less to be the one to tweet a twit pic of the gift. All of that is distasteful.
They're a little small, though. But I got 2 pairs of Green Lantern underwear. My dad got 2 pairs of Captain America underwear, and my brother got 2 pairs of Flash underwear.
Whose idea of a joke was this? Who gave these underwears?
It's not a joke. Superhero underwear, man.
Who gave this gift, right?
Nothing funny about that at all. My sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law, she thott it was funny.
And then we all put them on and modeled them for everybody.
And you know what you look like? You look like a group of pro wrestlers. It's just like, you think about it.
And then
they're not that different.
I put my brother in a power driver. Right in front of it, right on the hearth. Boom! Split his skull right open.
And then he flipped you over, put you down, and then he let me spit hang out of his mouth right over your face like he did when he was a kid.
And then he put me into a figure 8.
Figure 4.
Oh, I just can't get the terminology right.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow morning. Actually, hold on, we almost forgot about Chia Lincoln because...
We'll see you tomorrow morning from Miami. Forget about the Chia Lincoln.
Well, Chia Lincoln won't be there with us tomorrow in Miami. So we're not taking him with us because you can't take Chia on the plane. Did you hear about that? New Homeland Security regulation.
All pottery that looks like presidents is banned.
Except on Southwest Airlines. These are...
if he had a fuller fro, I think they would let him on.
The Chia is, again, it sort of is what it is at this point. We respect the Chia, we respect the president, but it is not living up to expectations. That's all that can be said about that. We'll see you in our bathing suits tomorrow morning from Miami.